Welcome to the ESL Motivation Series. Future prediction. There won't be a single thing that won't be communicated through English. This may already be the case, not sure, but for the future it is a certainty. No matter how many Chinese or Indians are born, Mandarin or Cantonese or Hindi or Tamil will never be able to reach the kind of global communication presence as English has. It's just everywhere. I've recently returned from a number of long flights that took me through a variety of non-English speaking countries, and I have to say there was not a single airport that did not have some or total bilingual signs around the airport, both English and their own language. One country that surprised me was Somalia, and this was a few years ago. In fact, in the main cities, English signage is becoming now more prominent. Somali language, of course, still dominates, but English is coming everywhere. In the future, I can truly see that every country in the world will be minimum 80% bilingual through these things. Okay, here's a list. Okay, the first one, transportation. That means at all airports, train stations, bus stations, and so on, you will see a mixture of English and the local language. Education, any course someone wants to do, including traditional, artisan type fields, will all be taught in English. This also includes children's education right through to adults' education, every single age. Politics, well, every official in the government will need to be bilingual. There'll be no questions asked. Through law, right now international law is in English, but soon local law will be in English as well. Economics, trade and industrial relations, both nationally and internationally, will be done in English because the legal system will be increasingly following the international system of English, which is based in English legalese. This is because as trade and industry becomes increasingly international, so too will be the communication language. It just has to be. The next thing is aviation. If planes are not already flying with the help of English, they will be totally in the future. Accounting and finance, all financial dealings will need to be done in English as international law becomes more predominant in local business. Medicine and all medical related sciences, even traditional science as it becomes more important internationally. History, we know ourselves by our history, so everyone will need to know in the future. And that means translating everything possible into English. Art, including drama, dance, film, and design. The language of art is not necessarily linguistic, but the interpretation of it always has been. But the future will be that it will all be in English and perhaps the other languages as well. All other sciences, the sharing of knowledge and discoveries will be for all. So English has to be the dominant language. The next one is all engineering related fields. Again, as every country in the world becomes more alike in engineering fields, so too will the language they use, and so it goes on. So it does beg the question, what will be left of the other languages? This is an important point because progress alone cannot be left to run wild and destroy the past. There's actually a reason for preserving the past. This is where we need to make sure the world we create in the future is bilingual, not monolingual. The languages carried by different countries do need to be preserved because they in themselves hold a culture and traditional understanding that often cannot be easily translated. And there is no purpose in using the translation. The original words of the original language just need to be understood so that the aspect of culture is respected. This doesn't mean that we can't discuss the meanings in English. This will definitely happen. Here are a couple of examples of how a language changes over time due to the English translation. For example, in Malay, there is a word called tidak. These days, this word means no, but traditionally it means not now. If you think about the subtle difference in meaning of this, it tells you a lot about the culture of the past compared to the culture of now. This previous meaning holds something important for the culture. Another word also in Malay is a phrase which is terima kasih. Today, terima kasih means thank you. However, traditionally, it meant I accept your love. Traditionally, it was only said to those people who did something out of the kindness of their heart. For example, helped an old person across the street, or opened a door for someone, or did something without the person even asking. Today we say thank you to the waiter, the taxi driver, the security guard, the bus driver, just about everyone. And these are all people being paid to do this job. Therefore, traditionally, we wouldn't say terima kasih to them. This tells you about the shifting emphasis in the Malay culture today compared to the past. Anyway, if you know someone struggling with English today, you should help them. They'll need it in the future.